You guys, this is like toilet paper in 2020, supply and demand. I don't know what it is, but home values are going up. If you are thinking about buying, if you are ready for that next home, now is the time. Don't wait. Now is the time. Let me explain a little bit more. So Zillow also forecasts that home values are going to rise 6.3% over the next 12 months from June of 2023 to June of 2024. They also predict that of the nation's 200 largest markets, cities, that 48 of those are going to see increases of 7% or higher. I personally believe that Kansas City is one of those. Of course, they're not going to tell us who they think they are, but Kansas City is growing. And if you are interested in being here and you want to be a homeowner, now is the time. I know everyone's a little bit afraid. Home values have never been this high here, and interest rates have not been this high for most of our lifetimes. And that's a little scary. It's a little intimidating. I get it. However, all signs, all economists are saying now's the time to buy. Interest rates are going to change. We all agree that rates will come down. The question is when. What's not going to go down is the value of your home. This is simply a supply and demand problem. There's more homes being created, more families being created. There's just a greater population than there was in the past. So when you have a greater population, a greater household creation, and not enough homes being built, the supply and demand issue just tells us we have a shortage of homes. And because of simple economics, when you have a supply and demand issue, the value of the things that are not supplied well enough for the demand, the value of those goes up. And this is why home values have risen as much as they have over the last several years. So let's take a look at some of the numbers. Let's say you have a house that you're looking at buying, and you started looking over the winter. It was worth $200,000. Right now, it's probably worth close to $210,000. The end of the year in 23, it's probably going to be worth about $220,000. Next summer, $222,000, $225,000 because of the appreciation. So the difference between a $200,000 house and a $222,000 house, it's a big difference in your payment. Typically, every $10,000 you borrow is around $60 to $70 a month in your payment. And we all know you live in your payment. Everyone always asks, everyone cares about, what's my interest rate? I think we're just conditioned to ask this because we think it's the most important thing, or we're told it's the most important thing. But really, what is the most important thing? Your payment. This is what you have to make every day. You don't have to report to anyone, what's your interest rate? It doesn't actually matter. Is it important? Is it relevant? Absolutely, don't get me wrong. But what is the most important is how much is your payment? Does that payment fit in your monthly budget? So that $200,000 house next summer is probably going to be worth $222,000, $225,000. Let's say you're looking at a $400,000 house. Right now, we're on pace for that $400,000 house from last winter. Next winter, it's going to be worth $440,000. That's a big difference. $40,000. Just if you would have bought last winter and now, after living in it for a year without doing anything, you have $40,000 of equity. What could you do with an extra $40,000? I mean, I know what I would do. I would remodel my kitchen. Well, I don't know if I could do all of my kitchen with $40,000, but I think I could do my master bathroom. Maybe I'll do a video about that, what I would do. If I can ever get it clean enough to show on video, maybe I'll show you what I've got. Anyways, if we keep looking at some of these numbers, I'll post them up here in just a second. If we keep looking at some of those numbers, you can see how much appreciation you'll gain just by owning these homes because the value is going up. This doesn't even take into account how much appreciation or how much value you're gaining by paying down your mortgage, but take a look at some of these numbers. If this doesn't make you want to buy a house, I don't know what will. Of course, there's some other costs. Of course, there's other things you need to consider, but this just makes financial sense. If you have questions and you want to talk about this further, if you need connections to a good real estate agent, please contact us at Planted Local Lending. We have great people that we work with, and we would love to help you. Please reach out.